A little bit here as the timing of today's practice has moved from, we pushed it up a little bit to turn, and hopefully we could get all this in before the rain came with everything, but then that didn't work, and so the rain still came, and we're fortunate the lightning took another direction and we were able to just get wet. So we got some good work done with number 10 in the books and only having 5 done now, only having 5 left. We had to cancel Monday's practice, and so canceling Monday's practice and getting the days in. We'll go Friday, Saturday, we'll go Friday in shorts, and then we'll go Saturday, and then we'll go Monday, Wednesday of next week and have the spring game or the Green and Gold Bowl. Or the spring game this weekend on the 2nd and the Green and Gold Bowl on the 9th. Yeah, here on campus. Yeah, it is tough. I can't cover it. But I'm looking forward to it because it'll be a great on the 9th. There's an awful lot of festivities going on around campus, and it ought to be a great atmosphere as well. Looking at it, we released the depth chart. We released the depth chart, which is a 2 deep, middle of spring depth chart with where we are right now. The only time I really listed a number 3 is when there was a really hard line to draw right now between number 2 and 3. So we turned and just tried to take the top 2. There's obviously some players that are left off of that. We have some guys that are injured, some guys that didn't go on Saturday, and all the depth charts are formulated off scrimmage. So those that didn't scrimmage on Saturday weren't on the depth chart. Some of the guys that maybe have been notable names that we're missing, like an AJ Love, who did not scrimmage. I mean, it's not like AJ's in a doghouse or didn't do anything right. It just, without scrimmaging, it's very hard to justify or look somebody else in the eye when you go 178 plays. Why he's up there and somebody else isn't. But right now, really pleased with the attitude. I think they're working extremely hard and looking forward to moving forward as we've got 5 left.
Coach, how'd you feel after watching the tape from the scrimmage?
A lot of good things, a lot of things we got to improve on. I really challenged the coaches to really set our crosshairs because exactly where we want to go and exactly what we want to get done in these last 5 or 6 practices. Because I think sometimes when you look at a freshman and there's so many things they need to do, or some of the underclassmen or some positions that we've got to fill right now, you can try and get everything done and you end up really accomplishing nothing. So only having 5 more days left, I want to know exactly what we're trying to get done at every position. And we had a long meeting on Monday as a staff about what we were trying to do and what we were trying to get done position by position, and I feel like we got some good goals in place for where we are. When you can go 178 plays and stay as healthy as we did, it was extremely productive because we can't duplicate those scrimmage reps. You can't duplicate them. You can't replace them. It's just the thing you got to keep staying healthy. That's the key to spring ball, is staying healthy, because guys are only going to get better when they're out there on the practice field.
Skip, I know Saturday's the one that's at Raymond James, but from a team building standpoint, is there one that means more to you between these 2 scrimmages the rest of the way?
No, I mean, I think I look at it right now. April 2nd is a real test day. It will be it won't be the spring game, so to speak, but it'll be a great football scrimmage. I mean, there's going to be a lot of, sometimes you get in those games and you play the 1s versus the 2s and the 2s versus 1s, and there's going to be guys going to be competing for a job in this scrimmage. I mean, there's still a lot of competition going on, and this is typically our number 2 scrimmage. And with our number 2 scrimmage, what you're trying to get done is you're trying to roll up the ball and compete and see where all these guys are so that you can formulate that depth chart. So I would think the number 2 is going to be the one in Raymond James Stadium. It's going to be a big time scrimmage. I mean, there's going to be a lot of guys out there competing for a situation. There's a lot of competition on this team. And then on the 9th will probably be a little bit more of a divvying up the teams a little bit more and doing it that way. Those are the last scrimmage of the spring. At that point, they want to play hard. They're going to play hard, but I think the one Saturday on April 2nd will be a great evaluation of where we are as a football team. And it's been interesting to see a lot of the young guys step up. Some of the main stories of the spring that I see right now, I look on the offensive side of the ball. I look at Q Eatman as a freshman doing what he's doing right now. I think he's a story. He's one of the stories of spring. Obviously Jeremiah Warren's playing well, Chaz Hines playing well, and Popek and a lot of those guys. But right now, I think he's definitely one of the stories of the spring with the job that he's done and the way that he's playing right now. I think Darryl Scott is doing an awful lot of good things. I think he's one of the newcomers that are definitely going to make an impact. And it's nice to see Sterling Griffin back. I mean, obviously, he's one of those feel-good stories with a guy that's been through everything that he's been through with his ankle. But I think he's really doing a nice job defensively. Yeah, Ryan Giddens is a guy that has a chance to really make an impact, to go from being a role player to being a real difference maker. I think Claude Davis is a guy that's really stepping into that mix and doing some really good things and has a chance to be an impact player for this team. I really like Clyett and June at the linebacker position. There's a newcomer and a freshman who weren't in the mix a year ago, who people are going to hear a lot about those names as we continue to come along. And Ernie Tabatu is a walk-on who is a junior who came out here and I think has really done a nice job. You know, right now you've got guys like Ricardo Dixon. I'm just trying to think of everybody there. Butler,
Boyd.
You've got 3 or 4 guys in that secondary that have been injured or nicked or haven't really been able to turn and get out there on the practice field. And Ernie's been there every day. He's been there every day. He's been showing up. He's done a nice job, and I think he's got an opportunity to be in the mix. I really think he's got an opportunity to be the guy that's really going to be in the mix, and he's a good story as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of great stories going on right now in spring.